All right, guys, I just got out of work. Just very tired today, but here's another video where I show you guys my method and how I take notes to memorize and encode as much information that I can extract from this video tutorial right here easily and efficiently without feeling cognitively overloaded or stressed out. Memorizing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques is hard and complex, so I made it easier for myself because I believe the more knowledge that I'm able to memorize and retain effectively, the more efficient and enriching it becomes to build skill from that knowledge by using kinesthetic learning later on when I get the chance to train at my gym. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kinesthetic learning is all about learning through movement and hands-on practice. So instead of just watching someone demonstrate a technique or listening to instructions, you learn by physically drilling moves, rolling with a partner, and feeling how your body and your opponent body reacts. This type of learning helps build muscle memory, improves timing, and develops an intuitive understanding of techniques through repetition and real-life applications during sparring. So whatever type of kinesthetic learning there is, or methods there are, whether it is ecological or the traditional way of learning or training, I believe my method can make the experience to do them even more efficient and enriching thing to do. Back when I was a beginner grappler, doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every time was a constant struggle because I had constant memory problems. So I at least want to get over that bad type of struggle of always forgetting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques and start having a good type of struggle of finally reaching to a point of having enough foundational knowledge built to actually have fun and improve for my struggles that I may face on the mats. I believe acquiring knowledge is the first step to developing skill. The second step is knowledge with practice comes skill, and I use my method to help me build my knowledge faster and easier so that I can spend more time, energy, and enjoyment to put to practice to develop the skill more efficiently for myself. Think of it like learning a language. Immersion is key, but having a structured way to remember the vocabulary helps make speaking and adapting to real conversations easier. I'm hoping my method can help practitioners retain and memorize techniques easy and fast so that they can spend more time and energy on execution rather than struggling to remember. To get the full detail on everything about my method, I have a 4-hour video explaining everything about it, my reasons for making it, how it works, and all about the learning methods I use and combine together to create this one method to memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques easy and convenient. So check it out. But if you're too lazy to watch a 4-hour video, YouTube has this AI Ask tool that you can click under the 4-hour video and ask anything about my method. It does a great job of compiling all the information and research that I put into that video and answering any questions that you may have about the method. Ask why the method was created or how it works, and the AI will answer back. But overall, I consider my method to be a study tool that I use to memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques anytime and anywhere I want without needing to drill or show up to my gym. Show me a technique and I'll show you guys how I memorize it. For this video, I'll be checking out Jiu Jitsu with John Jones, and I'll try to memorize everything I can from it. Here I have my Anki app open, ready to start my method. I already have the front of the card filled out with a source and name. The source is YouTube, channel is Gordan Ryan, and the name is Jiu Jitsu with John Jones. Now it's time to go to the back of the card where I start my process. For this process, I'll be using two different types of learning methods called chunking and the pattern method, where first I break the large complex information that I am confronted with in this video tutorial right here into more smaller simple pieces by using the chunking method, and second, arrange those pieces into a different form where it becomes like a puzzle for my brain to naturally solve by using the pattern method. And so far, I find that doing these two different types of things of breaking the large complex information into simple ideas and then turning those simple ideas into questions for my brain to figure out by putting all the pieces back together to get to the answer, I find it really helps me memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques like crazy. The idea for this type of memorization process that I do is that it gets me constantly thinking and making connections throughout the whole time I do it. Because the more I can get my brain to think and make connections with the complex grappling material that I am confronted with, the more likely I'm able to convince my brain to deem them valuable and have a high chance for them to enter my long-term memory much faster and easier, that I don't feel stressed out or confused at the end of the process, that whatever grappling knowledge I just threw inside my head for the first time will stay long-term and will not be easily forgettable, that I feel very well prepared and excited to go put them to practice immediately whenever I get a chance to train at my gym. Anyways, let's get started.
The King, Gordan Ryan!
Damn.
Okay, really epic
What's up, guys?
trailer
We're here
there.
with fellow GOAT, Mr. John Jones.
And just gonna go over some basic triangle from closed guard. I got you guys to watch because John Jones is in the thumbnail, so we'll go over some of the MMA related stuff from closed guard. Where you see common position in mixed martial arts is we play in closed guard from here.
Okay, so I just, as you guys can tell, I just put a situation block right here. As you know, situation blocks are used as a way to indicate different types of scenarios and applications that a technique can be used in the video tutorial. So the first situation is situation 1, and first timestamps. Remember, timestamps are important to add at the end of the line of code. They are used as reference just in case if the line of code that I wrote is too hard to decipher or that I completely forgot what it means during the reviewing process. So the first one is 0045, first step plus, and we're gonna describe the closed guard. So how I describe the closed guard in basically simple ideas, I would use blocks. And blocks are basically abbreviations that convey movement and imagination. Any ideas I can use to relate and turn complex information into simple ideas. So these are blocks right here. So the first block, and I'm gonna add parentheses first. Let's see. So first one is go around. This leg is going around to keep safe behind John Jones' back, and this other leg is going around to keep safe. And then you're gonna close the position. So that's what I'm gonna write. As an abbreviation of going around, that's GA. Keep safe. Yep, that's the first leg. Go around plus keep safe equals close the position, and that's and you know when you put someone in close guard, you're restraining them. So I'm gonna put RES for restrain. So yeah, this is what the first line of code looks like. Again, the best way to use the blocks is not to make them too specific or detailed, but more in a way cryptic that only gives enough information to nudge the brain to logically guess and connect it with the correct way of thinking that fits the context of the video being of the technique being demonstrated in the video tutorial. So yeah, just think of these are like hints. I mean, have you ever played that game where you have a word or picture above your forehead, but you don't know what the word or picture is, so you rely on other players to give you hints to figure it out? So if someone had a triangle from close guard above their forehead, how would you describe or hint it to them without being too descriptive or obvious? Your goal is to get them constantly thinking and making connections until they finally figure out the answers on their own. So that's basically what I'm doing to myself. I make these blocks to be used for coding a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu technique. I'm only giving myself enough information to nudge my thinking into the right direction until it leads me to the answer. Okay, so enough of that. I think I should add that John Jones is posting both of his arms on Gordan's shoulder. So plus, in to base opponent, this is what John Jones is doing. See, he's posting both spot plus post spot, and to indicate that this is what he's doing, I'm gonna put a 2, and the 2 is basically to indicate player 2. That's what they're doing. So anytime you see a number 2 that's next to a block, it just means the person's doing it. I want to explain the parentheses. So the reasons why these parentheses are put in there. Well, parentheses, these are used as a way to group the blocks together when necessary, when combining all the blocks into one block. This helps with the organization of thinking, especially when it comes to making linking blocks. So yeah, this is just to group, to organize what does what, right? And you see, if there was no parentheses, for example, for here, go around, keep safe, if there was no parentheses, then this would be 2 blocks. But if there's parentheses, then this count as 1 block. So it just makes it easier later on in the video when it comes to organizing more things. So that should be good. Post dodge, plus spot, yeah, okay. So let's go for the next one.
And one of the things we want is to break our partner's posture and look to control him so he can't posture up and hit us. So we do the basic swim inside, and we do a knee pull where we pull our partner.
Okay, so the goal is to break the posture. I would do the next timestamp is 0050, and the next line of code is. So how I would describe the thinking of taking away the posture, I would say state of mind equals take away equals better position, because if you take away their posture, it equals better position. Equal signs are a way to convey an outcome of the blocks, carrying over a single or multiple ideas and lead the thinking and visualization of them to the main idea or bigger picture. So this is basically to say your thinking should be taking away their posture, that means is definitely a better position and is greater. Greater lesson signs are basically a way to indicate a conflict in relationships between the blocks. It's greater than warning. So because if you don't do that, the warning is the opponent might attack you. And here's number 2. That indicates that they have a potential attack. If it's an MMA setting, it's kind of worse. Or if they're able to posture out, they have a higher chance of escaping your guard, you know? So it's pretty bad. You need to break their posture. So that's the idea. And how, let's see, hold on. Okay, he swam under his arms, between John Jones' arms at 52. Step 3. So take opportunity equals go under plus go under, and plus go under equals go under plus push away. So he's going under to push away to spread John Jones's arms.
We do a knee pull where we pull.
And he's gonna do a knee pull. So 54.
Our partner into this position.
Okay, so 54 is when he does the knee pull. 0, 54. Again, I'm not sure if I said this again. Turn complex information that you're confronted with into just basically simple ideas, simple descriptions, and this is just simple. And then try to piece all the simple ideas together to understand the complexity of the information. And I think it really helps. It really fills in the gaps of what these simple ideas can give you. Because again, my notes are non-verbal, meaning that it's a way of note taking that uses as little words or no words at all to describe something. And when you do that, you're forced to think and make connections with the notes more occasionally and more better. Step 4, take opportunity equals go around. Okay, no. So he's pulling his knees towards him. Pull towards equals closing the distance. Okay, so this is me trying to understand pulling towards equals closing the distance. He's pulling both his knees towards him and to close the distance so he can swoop that arm around. Plus, and here's how I describe go around plus keep safe equals restrain, and this is PRP for preparing. So once you do all this, you're preparing the setup right here. That's why I use the PRP. Anyways,
this position, and we take an overhook on our partner's arm like so. Now, if I take an outside wrist grip here, you can easily pommel his hand to the inside, and now we can go in and start.
Oh, so 101.
Hitting me from here.
Okay, so this is a new step. Step 5 plus warning. So how you describe the warning?
His hand to the.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to do this kind of grip. So warning equals keep safe if it's less than. So yeah, I'm describing that. Again, that's how I describe, and it should be enough information for me to recall through memory to figure it out.
To the inside, and now we can go in and start hitting me from here. So what I look to do is I take an inside wrist grip here.
Okay, so 110 equals control equals plus more secure equals keep safe. So control plus more secure. This gives more control. It's more secure if you grip it this way. And yeah.
So now when he goes to pommel out, the only way he can go is up in this direction. And because I have control.
So this is a new section. It's not going to be a new step. So sections are basically part of a step. They are lines of code. Any line of code that doesn't have a step block in front of it automatically falls under the step block above it. Sections are like branches to a tree. The first section is always a line of code with a step block in front of it. So this is step 5. This is the first section, and I'm gonna make a second section that's underneath step 5 to continue the thinking of why this line of code is related to this next section. So ready? So 0, 0, 0, 0, 13. Let's see. So if he can only pull up this direction, I would say only option. Okay, 2. So that's it. Oop, 2. Only option is equals pull towards 2 equals sweet spot equals wait for opportunity. Okay, so why I wrote it this way? Well, only option for Jon Jones is to pull up towards using this grip right here. He's pulling towards, and that sweet spot is my indicator to, well, possibly he's gonna throw this leg under and over, and this is gonna be wait for opportunity. So if I was in Gordon Ryan's shoes, I would wait for opportunity until he makes that mistake of pulling that arm up. So that's how I'm kind of describing it. Oh shoot, hold on, got to put 1 there.
Control over his shoulder here. When he
Oh, hold on, what he just said?
I have control over his shoulder here.
So he just
is up in this direction. And because I have control over his shoulder here, when he goes to take his hand out, he can't posture high enough because of the fact that I have his shoulder controlled. And now from here, I can start taking my knee inside. And now from here, I can start taking my knee.
take opportunity equals let go. Hang on. Let go plus go under. So he let go to go under here.
Inside of my partner's shoulder and
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Huh. Okay, go under plus keep safe. This is equals PRP. I know. You don't need that PRP block. Get safe plus go over plus keep safe. Okay, go over keep safe equals hold the position equals PRP. Okay, so take opportunity, let go, go under, and he's kind of framing it, honestly, when he's keeping safe this leg under. So I'm gonna add a frame block. So this is equal frame, and when he go over here, he's clamping down. So go over keep safe equals CLA, clamp. Okay, so he's holding position.
And throwing my foot up and over his shoulder to move to a clamp. Now when he tries to pressure forward towards me or pull back out and away from me, it's going to be increasingly difficult.
Okay.
Towards me or pull back.
134. This is a new section that's under step 6. So anticipated opponent equals move forward 2 equals option cancel 2, and it's so this is less than greater sign. I put this to say either or. So if either or he moves forward, it's hard because he's option canceled to drive in and do whatnot. And if it's move back 2 equals option cancel 2. So he can't move forward really to get out. He can't move back to get out. So it pretty much works.
Back out and away from me, it's going to be increasingly difficult. And now from here, we can just take our foot.
Okay. 139. 139. Oh. 139. There you go. Okay. Step 7 plus take opportunity equals go under plus go over and what?
And throw it right over and start moving into.
Oh, okay. Go over plus go under plus keep safe, describe, close the position. Yeah, because he went go under, go over, and then he went under again to keep safe under this foot, too close to the somewhat half triangle right here. Yeah. Okay, I think that should be enough information. Again, this is not like set in stone. Later on, if I go to review it, I can add more blocks later on or do some edits if I need to. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
In the situation where we go into triangle. Now the whole thing from here, as always, is we scoop our partner's leg.
Okay, 145. Pretty interesting, this video tutorial. I like it. It's pretty simple. It's not like John Donner's videos. It's very complex sometimes. Okay, so step 8. Plus take opportunity equals go under plus keep safe. He goes under here. Oh shoot, he had this arm over too. Did he? Wait, when did he let go of this arm to go around? Hold on, I just want to check that real quick. Okay, it was something at 1.4.
Now the whole thing from here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it should be here. So he let go. So let go plus he let go of this arm that he was straining before to grab around John Jones's head. Go over plus keep safe equals restrain. And then you do the let go of this arm to go under his legs. So let go plus go under, keep safe, plus pull the towards equals close the distance equals prefer position, right?
Here, as always, as we scoop our partner's leg, we create an angle where you eliminate.
Create an angle, yep, equals CA for create an angle plus prefer position.
The shoulder, and now we lock up, and we lock in everything.
Close the distance, create an ankle. So he had that. So when did he let go of his legs again? Hold on. He made it.
From here, as always, as we scoop our partner's leg, we create an angle where you eliminate the shoulder.
Okay, create an angle equals let go of the legs. Let go equals make it easier. So if you let go of the legs, it makes it easier to create the angle. Let's see. Hold on, let me make a parentheses just to really clarify that point. So let go against this plus go over plus keep safe equals close the position equals preferred position. Okay, that's literally how I would describe what he just did. Okay, it just works for me. Okay.
And now we lock up, and we lock in everything tight. So now from here, if he tries to pressure into me, or tries to posture up and stand up, I have the leg scooped, and from here we can go in and get strong finishes. So we play a game.
Okay, that should be it, right? Close preferred position. Equals attack. Basically. Okay, wait. If you close the position, he's basically making it tighter. So I'm gonna make tight for MT. Okay. And remember, if you're trying to copy my approach, my way of doing things, try to keep a glossary of all the blocks that you want to use to start writing the code. These blocks are what all I saved up and memorized from my glossary. So it makes it easier to just like pick a block, specific block that I want to use to describe something and just throw it in here. And if the block doesn't work, I can just like delete it. I mean, if I were to write the notes regularly, like of how people usually do it, is to write as much description as much as they can about what they see, then it kind of becomes annoying when you come back to edit and now you have to delete a whole line of sentence describing something to re-edit. I find that these blocks makes it very easy to just throw it out there, and then if you want to get rid of something, it's more flexible.
where we bring him either so far away by pushing on the hips and moving away, where he can't hit me, or from here, pulling him into a position where we create an angle and we use specifically an inside wrist grip. So now when he goes to strike or move away, it's gonna be difficult. Now we start bringing.
So that's basically all he's doing again. He's doing the whole thing again.
Angle without taking too much damage. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Okay, that was a quick, fun tutorial. So anyways, so after I finally converted all the information that I learned from this video tutorial into this code form right here, having new information fresh in my head to prevent this new information from spoiling, the last process I do is I use the Anki app to help me review and increase my retention of the information by using a method called spaced repetition. That way I don't have to worry about forgetting what I just memorized. It could be weeks to months to even years. It wouldn't matter. As long as I'm consistent with this app, the information stays. So anyways, so once we have all this written down, I press add. There we go. Now it's in the queue of the Anki app. And remember, to put it simply, Anki is basically, think of it like your own personal memory coach that reminds you to what remember, to what review before you forget. So it's a super handy tool that I added to my method of coding. So if I press study now, so how I review the information is that whenever this card happens to pop up for review on my Anki app on a certain day, I immediately reveal the back of the card and start trying to read and decipher the code. So if I have a successful review of being able to read and decipher the code that I find satisfying enough, then I increase the interval. If I fail to read and decipher the code, then I decrease the interval, sometimes even back to day one. So looking at this card, this is the title, and I just revealed the answer. So if I'm able to read and decipher this code, this is how I do it. So in the beginning of the video, go around, keep safe, go around, keep safe, close the piston, restrain, and space roll, and post pause, post pause. So this is basically I'm recalling that it was in close guard, and my opponent, which is John Jones, is posting both on my shoulders to push, make distance. Second line of code, stay in mind, take away, better position is greater than warning, attack 2. So that's basically, I better break his posture, because if he gets posture, then he can do damage, whether it's an MMA setting or Jiu Jitsu setting. Yeah, so I should take away his posture for a better position. Step 3, take opportunity, go under, push away. So this is a way to break his posture by letting my arms swim under both his arms, and this is going to spread his arms where he's going to lose posture, his post. He's going to lose his post, and this is kind of create an opportunity where step 4 steps in. So this is a take opportunity, pull towards, close positions, go around, keep safe, restrain. So this is me bringing my knees forward to really knock John Jones closer to me, and I'm gonna take an opportunity to let go of my left arm to go around, keep safe, and restrain. So step 5, warning, keep safe. It's less than control, muscures, keep safe. This is the other arm, the right arm, which Gordon Ryan says to not do it this way. You got to do it this way to be more secure. It's more better control. Only option left for the opponent is to pull up towards, and once he pull towards up to that sweet spot is the indicator where I should wait for my opportunity to strike, because once he opens that his arm, it gives me a chance to swim my leg under for a frame, which is what step 6 is all about. Take opportunity, goes let go, go under, keep safe, frame with my right leg, and then take an opportunity with the other leg, go over, keep safe, clamping down with my left leg and holding the position to prepare. Then at this scenario, that's branching off from step 6 to this next section of line, since this doesn't have a step block in front of it, it automatically belongs and relates to step 6. Then the opponent is going to move forward 2, he goes option cancel. So if he tries to move forward to get out of this position, he can't really. If he tries to move back, it's gonna be difficult. So honestly, he's stuck in this kind of position. Step 7, take opportunity, he goes go under, go over, go under, keep safe, he goes close the position. So that's meaning my right foot that's on the frame, once I see the opportunity where John Jones gives me, it goes, I would go under the leg, go over his shoulder, so we'd be swinging that leg over, and I would go under again with that right leg under the left leg to close the position to this kind of half triangle. Step 8, take opportunity, let go, go over, keep safe, restrain. So once I get that top position kind of locked down in this half triangle, I let go of that arm that's restraining John Jones' right arm, that left hand of mine is gonna let go and go over John Jones' head and pull him down to restrain him. This is how I describe this right here. These type blocks that are in this parentheses. Then once I get the head restrained, I'm gonna let go of my right arm, and I'm gonna go under, keep safe, and pull towards. So I'm gonna go under his leg and pull myself towards closer to his body to create an angle, which is gonna be more effective if I let go of my legs for a brief moment to make it easy to create the angle. Then I'm gonna go over, take the opportunity to go over that and keep safe to close that triangle for a finish. And that's gonna make it tighter. It's gonna be the preferred position, and it's gonna take opportunity for an attack. And that's how I basically read and decipher the code, guys. Pretty basic. Anyways, so once I am able to read and decipher the code, then I have options. Here's are the 4 buttons. So if I felt like I wasn't strong, I kind of got it wrong, or I got it most wrong, or a couple of them, then I press again. It'll come back 15 minutes later that I have to review again. If it was hard, it'll come back 1 day later. And if it was good, it'll come back a day later. I don't know why these two are the same. I thought I changed the algorithm in the settings, but yeah, there's something to it. I'm not gonna get into more too specific details, but anyways, just imagine hard was okay. It will come back a day later, and if it was good, it'll come back 2 days later. Okay, ignore the 1 day. Anyways, it's good. It'll come back 2 days later, and then easy, it'll come back 5 days. And I gotta be careful with this button because it's gonna really increase the interval to 5 days, and next time I review it, 10 days, and it's gonna, give longer intervals before I see the card again. And I think I always make it safe by saying it's good. I'll see it in 1 or 2 days. So if I press this button, it'll come back, 1 day, it'll come back to review again tomorrow. And the more I get the card right, the more the interval increases. So I get it right again tomorrow, it'll come back 3 days later. Get it right again, it'll come back 6 days later, and then just keeps building up. And if I get it wrong, well, it'll come back 1 day later. And it'll make that card that priority to focus on increasing the interval again back to a good level. Anyways, it's good. The card review was good. I felt pretty confident that I was able to read and decipher the code. So that's it. So that's how I basically review the information. And it just works, right? It just works. It just really sinks all that information down, just right down to my long-term memory, much faster and easier, so that whenever I get the chance to train in my gym, all the instructions is there to start using to refine and practice. Don't get me wrong. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be able to just like do it as perfectly of what they just did in the video. You need practice to refine those movements, and you're gonna learn the mistakes until it becomes perfect and adjust it to how you like to perform it, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and basically I'll catch you on the next video. Okay, like, share, and subscribe.